Yeah, what up? Now, this video is in response to, I don't even want to say this dude's name. Let's just call him PP. How about that? PP. Most people know him as Bubbles. I used to call him Women Take Bubble Baths. I don't know, it's just something real feminine about that name. So I called him Women Take Bubble Baths. But anyway, he like I don't know. He's a major pactard that a lot of dumb pactards, follow and look up to. He's like a leader of pactardism. And he make these real pactardish statements and, pactardish videos. He like, I don't know, it's like pactardism, like a religion. And he's like the cult leader, one of the cult leaders of pactardism. And he made a video where he dug up, some commission rules where they say it's a foul if you, trick your opponent and in an unsportsmanlike way, trick them and then cause an injury. So he's saying that Mayweather tricked Ortiz. Now, my question is, how did he trick him? The conventional argument that they putting forth is that Floyd made like he was about to hug Ortiz, which is not true. Because if you look at the video, right here you can see that Floyd does not hug Ortiz. And when Ortiz goes to hug him, Floyd stops the hug. He put a stop to it. Now if you about to hug somebody and they do that to you, you're gonna be like, okay, this dude don't want to hug. That's it. Why is he hugging anyway from the get-go? But anyway, this person obviously don't want to hug me back. They stop me from giving them a hug. But if you're a professional fighter in a boxing ring, this clearly means that your opponent is ready to fight, not hug. And you can see Floyd had his hands up anyways. So, you've been a professional fighter for a long time. Your opponent, stops your hug. He rejects your gesture to hug. And he got his hands up in a position to fight. What are you thinking? What's going through your mind at that particular time? I mean, do you think at that time it is a good idea to step back with your hands down, not protecting yourself in front of this guy who got his hands in a position to throw punches? Is that a good idea? So how is Floyd tricking him? And Ortiz steps back with his hands down. I mean, it was like Ortiz he knew Floyd was about to hit him, and he had it made up in his mind, and he was just gonna take it. Cause I don't know, man. And then somebody, why didn't he react to the first punch? He got hit with a left hook first. After he got hit with the left hook, he looked at Cortez and said something to him. He asked him something or said something. You just got hit by a guy. You stand there looking at this dude. And I know people, I don't know, most people just stupid. And they saying that he wasn't looking at Floyd. You hit a guy that wasn't looking at you. That's a lie. He was looking right at Floyd after they broke, before Floyd hit him the first time. And after he hit him, he kept his hands down. Now, whose decision was it to keep his hands down? Was that Floyd tricking him into keeping his hands down? By pushing off the hug, he was letting him know, I don't want to hug you. So that's not a trick. He's not tricking him. If I'm Ortiz, I'm like, okay, he ready to fight. He don't want to hug you, he ready to fight. It's my responsibility to put my hands up. But no, he keeps standing down and gets hit. Then he keeps his hands down after the first punch and says something to Cortez. As if Cortez is going to stop Floyd from throwing another punch. He chose not to protect himself. You know, he chose to keep his hands down. I don't know what the fuck was going through his head. But he had to know Floyd was going to hit him. And after hitting him the first time, what made him think he wouldn't get hit the second time? People trying to turn this into some kind of trick that Floyd played on Ortiz when it was really just Ortiz. Stupid. He was just being stupid. Now say Floyd hit him with that left hook and Ortiz kept his hands down and Floyd did not hit him with the right hand. Let's say Floyd held that right hand and the bell rung. People would look at that and say, well, you know, Ortiz lucky Floyd didn't hit him again. Because he would have been justified to hit him again. You know, oh, that's real sportsmanship. That was a good gesture by Floyd, you know. He saw that Ortiz kept his hands down. You know, he didn't put his hands up and he didn't hit him. You know, he would have been within his rights to hit him. Especially after being headbutted like that. You know, you'd have had people say, I would have hit him. I would have knocked him out. I would have clocked him. But no. You stupid enough to leave your hands down. It's no different than, who was it? Somebody that left their hands down and got knocked out. I think it was Nate Campbell. Some dude knocked him out. Now, you want to see a sucker punch. Ortiz sucker punched this guy on the break. Now, you can see Ortiz saw the referee was break. He looked right at the referee and deliberately hit the guy on the break. That's a sucker punch. That's why he got disqualified. And Floyd didn't get disqualified. Because the ref said, let's go. No sucker punch. Can't nobody prove it was that Floyd sucker punched this guy. Y'all just dealing with a guy who just retarded. And who decided to keep his hands down. And not defend himself. And y'all saying that it was Floyd's responsibility to be a sportsman. To appease this retarded ass dude who refusing to protect himself and put his hands up. I mean, what kind of shit is that? Let's say the bell ring and your opponent just walk out with his hands down. You just supposed to not hit him? Oh, I'm not gonna hit this guy. I'm gonna wait till you put your hands up. Hey, put your hands up, man. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. So I can hit you. No. Your stupid ass opponent come out with his hands down. You knock him out. I mean, he pretty much, he giving you a knockout. It's not my responsibility to make sure you protect yourself. That's not my responsibility. You know, it's not my responsibility not to hit you if you got your hands down. If the action is called in, it's time to fight, and you got your hands down, it's not my responsibility to not hit you until you get your hands up. Matter of fact, you need to get hit. Because you need to learn a lesson. Because you obviously retarded, something upstairs ain't clicking. And you need to be shown what happens when you consciously make a decision to keep your hands down by your side. And people trying to nurse Ortiz and pamper his stupidity. And that's all it is. All because they don't like Floyd. I mean, you're gonna pamper this idiot and his stupidity. You know, and this is just what Pactardism is about. They'll ignore everything that don't support condemning Floyd. No matter how ridiculous it is that they ignore. If it don't support Floyd's condemnation, they don't pay it no attention. So, I just wanted to make this video and just point out the obvious for the severely, you know, mentally challenged people out there. Because, you know, them the only people I'm talking about. Anybody who thinks cause a sucker punch are people who just not bright. They just slow individuals. So that's my piece. I'm out.